Welcome everybody. I'm Jennifer DeNicholas. I'm your national executive, and I'm so glad to have you on the call tonight. So this call series is designed with new consultants in mind, but also for those people that maybe have been consultants for a little while, but need a fresh start, that just need to get back to the basics. And maybe you had a great start when you started and maybe it petered off, or maybe you didn't ever really, maybe life came up and then you never really were able to get your business going. The time is now. Okay. So I was chatting right before we started recording the call. Sometimes we don't have control over the situations, but we do have control with how we respond to them and how we go forward. So for those of you that have been consultants for a little while and you need a kick in the pants to get restarted and get moving, it's just how we're going to go forward. So we're starting today and we're moving fresh. So in the chat, I know several of you all joined us on last week's call, and it's so good to see you back. And there may be some people that maybe didn't make it to last week's call but are on here now. Tell me in the chat who your director is, or who's your director or recruiter. Sometimes you don't really, if you're a newbie, you don't even know what a director is maybe. So who did you sign up under and how long have you been selling? So for example, if I were to type in the chat, I would say Love Carpenter, 20 years. Okay. So tell me who your recruiter is and how long you've been selling. And so we can get a handle on if we're newbies or if we're getting a reboot. All right, let me find I don't even know where my chat feature is on here. I'm gonna have Leah help me out with the chat today because y'all, this is for real a struggle on this different computer. But we're so excited to have you here tonight. And last week we put a challenge out there to book 5 parties in 5 days. So I'd love to hear some shout outs in the chat of who booked some parties since last week. Who booked 5 parties? We want to celebrate you if you did. And there are going to be people that maybe didn't quite book 5, but you still booked parties. We want to celebrate that too. So put in the chat. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed if you didn't get the bookings, the 5 bookings like you hoped for. Still be proud, because I tell you one thing. Sometimes it's not the results that need to be celebrated, but the actions you put into it that need to be celebrated. So one thing that I learned in this business is that as long as you don't give up, you never lose. Okay. So whether you have a rough week and you didn't get the bookings that you hoped to get, you still are not losing if you're not giving up. So keep that in mind. And that's how, I want our series to go, is just know that if you're doing the things and you're trying, then you are being successful at that. Okay. So I finally got my chat up. So congratulations to Cecilia, who got 3 bookings. Cheryl, let's see. She was telling me how long she's been in here. Deanna booked 1 today. Whoop, whoop. And actually, Deanna's running her first party right now. So congrats to you. Sabrina got all her 5. Congratulations to you. Rita got 5. Julie booked 2 for next month. And Katie has 7. Way to go, Katie. Holly got 2. Cheryl got 2. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you all. So definitely give yourself a pat on the back and be proud. Okay. One thing that I've learned in my business is I've heard a lot of no's. I've sent a whole lot of messages and I've gotten no responses. But out of all of those, I don't remember those. What I do remember are the bookings that I got, or the sales that I made, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take those no's that we heard and we're going to just shove those right under the rug. We're going to focus on the positives, on the yeses, okay? All right, so that's what we're going to do.
Oh, we're fine.
Right now, we're going to kind of give you some ideas on booking parties.
Downstairs.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to mute Miss Shelley here because she was having some side conversation. I get it. I got family in the house all the time. Sometimes I need to mute them, but I don't have a button. So we're going to talk about why consistency is important. when working your business, when sending messages, and we're going to talk about what about all these people I sent messages to that haven't replied to me? What do I do with those? And then we're going to talk about our virtual party and how you can the basics of your party, right? When to start it, how to run it, what to do, how to interact, how to get people, along in the party. So we're going to talk about all that tonight. We're going to cram it in 1 hour. So hold tight, because we're getting this done, right? We're going to move you right along. So I want to start right now. I'm going to hand it over to Leah. Leah is one of our leaders in our organization, and she's been with me for a hot minute. Become one of my besties. I will tell you that Pampered Chef is way more than pots and pans. And if you ever see me make a post that has hashtag more than pots and pans, it's because I started for a free pot, and I stay because of the friendships. I love my people. I love my people. Leah is one of my favorite people that I've worked with for many years. Leah, what's it been, 5 years now that you've been in?
Nope, almost 8 in November.
No, girl, no. Where's the time fly?
Yes.
All right, Leah. So we're gonna throw it over to you for a few minutes.
Okay, guys. So we have brand new consultants on. We have consultants that just want a fresh start and ready for the fall selling season. So I am going to pull up a couple of slides, because if I don't, I will be talking about random things that I see pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Jennifer to let me screen share if she's able to.
Girl, I don't know if I can figure that out on this computer, but give me a minute, because I got distracted, because it happens. Y'all, life happens. You should see the inside of my brain. Scare you. Is Angie on here? Angie,
she is. Why doesn't she speak while you figure that one out?
Yeah,
I'm on here.
Hey, Angie, thanks for joining. I asked Angie to share with us. She's a rock star in our organization, and I just asked her to share a little bit about being a consultant on our team. So take it away, Angie.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Angie. I became a consultant actually January 21st. I looked it up for the exact day. And it was January 21st. I signed under Stacy Johnson. I had hosted a party with her, been in a party with my cousin, hosted before. And in that time that I had hosted a couple of parties, I did a job change. And I had been working as a psychologist full-time, probably about 60 hours a week. I call it corporate America mental health. And I was running programs for about 21 years, and I just got exhausted. I had sat in a meeting one day, and I told some of my colleagues in that meeting, I felt like I had kind of sold my soul to the devil, and I was done. So I started looking for another job. And I found a job, landed kind of in my lap. So I knew it was kind of meant to be. So I took that job, but with that came a pretty drastic pay cut for me and my husband, our family. But I needed it. I knew that I did, for my health, lots of other, reasons, my emotional, spiritual. So I took it. And, in that time, I had started hosting a couple of parties over like a year or so. And I just kind of thought I need a side hustle. And I need a side hustle with heart. That's not what it was kind of called back then, but that is now. And that's kind of what rang to me. So I kind of hesitated a little bit, but I decided to join January 21st of this year, and started hosting some parties. And I joined, number one, for that supplemental income. I needed that to help my family out, my husband and I, to be able to kind of live our lifestyle the way that we were kind of used to because of the job change. But with my new job, I also worked from home a lot more. So I missed out on social tremendously. And with talking to Stacy and being in these Pampered Chef parties, I really noticed there's social, but also a huge friendship, like Jennifer was talking about. You build friendships and connections. It's not just pots and pans and selling products. So that really rang out to me in addition to the supplemental income. So I took that leap, and I have loved every second of it. My encouragement to all the new folks is do what they're telling you to do. That's what I'm doing. And it is a side hustle for me because I do still have a full-time job as a psychologist. I work in corrections. So it's a little emotionally and mentally draining at times, but this Pampered Chef gives me that extra income. It gives me time to spend with my husband. We go camping a lot more now and things that I just was not used to doing or having time to do in my other job that kind of drained me. So I'm loving it. And Pampered Chef, you can work from anywhere, which I love also. We take that internet to any campground and I can do a party right there, make that extra income. And I was able to buy a car that I had wanted for a couple of years. So it's helped us do that as well. So I was very excited to do that and to just feel the connection with people again and to build some friendships that I'm, building in this business as well. So it's filled a void in my life that I had after that job change, and now I feel full and complete again. So I knew it was kind of meant to be, and I'm loving every second of it. And I do what Stacy and Leah and Jennifer and all the other folks suggest, and it's working for me. So thank you guys so much for. I'll thank Stacy. I guess I don't know if she's on here, but thanks Stacy for asking me, number one. And telling me and showing me the benefit to it so that I could enjoy that as well in my life. So I love it.
That's awesome. Angie, thank you so much for sharing, you guys. She is jumping in doing all kinds of things, and she started just like each of you did by purchasing a kit and trying it out and seeing what this could bring. So I am going to see now if I'm able to screen share. Yay, I am. All right. Let me pull up my group stuff here. All right. Can you all see my screen? Okay, I see some head nodding. Okay, perfect. So I have a problem with my internet. So every time I do presenter view, it messes up. So I'm going to go with it just the way this is showing my screen. So we're going to talk about some basic stuff, but we're also going to give you a couple of real tips to go out and get even more bookings to fill your calendar, and also chat about those crazy no's. Tell me in the chat who gets no's. I bet you every single person's going to say no or yes, me, that they get no's. We all get no's. You are not alone in that. Do not take offense to it because we all hear that word no. But I'm going to tell you why we tell you guys as new consultants or consultants that are wanting back into the game and doing some things and wanting to ramp up their business for the fall. We tell you to do 4 parties a week, no matter what. Why do we say 4 parties? We don't just throw out a number. There's actually a reason behind asking you to book 4 parties a week. And I promise you, running 1 party or running 4 parties is just as easy as running 1 party. So let's look at a schedule here. Right here's what we call our whirlpool bookings. Let's say you go right on out and you send out some green dot messages, which is just reaching out to all your friends and family on Facebook that are on the internet. And you go ahead and book your first 8 parties. So week 1, you book 4 parties, and week 1, you book another 4 parties. So you are all set. You're getting your business going. What happens is we have a fun little saying that you can kind of remember. If you book 4 parties, 1 might flop, 1 might drop, and 2 will hopefully pop. So that's kind of a rule of thumb. So we all have some crazy hosts that don't show up to the game, that might forgot about the party, so they kind of cancel their party. You also have hosts that don't do all their tasks or might not have enough people, so they don't have a successful show. So if you look at this, week 1, the figure here in black, that's a flop party. That host didn't even show up to the game, so that one didn't really bring you any success. But we also have this thing where we flip a host. Flipping a host, we will talk to you guys a little bit more in depth later. That's inviting a host to try on the apron and come join your team while you help them with that first launch party. So that becomes their party. So those 2 parties don't count for you because 1 flipped and became a team member and 1 flopped. That gives these 2 guys, the purple guy and the teal person here, that they flew. They did really great. So that was 2 successful parties. What that means for me when I say a successful party is not only sales, but that I reached into those parties and I got bookings from those parties. because that's how you're going to start getting away from your friend zone. That's how you're going to start moving outside of your circle. And that's how people like Jennifer and myself and all these other fabulous leaders are partying all over the United States with people we have never met, don't know who they are, and probably can't even remember where we met them from because we have partied outside of parties. So these two guys, look down here. These 3 bookings represent from the purple guy, and these 3 bookings represent from the teal person. But you notice a tip, you're not going to book all 3 of those purple people in the same week because they might know similar people. So you do want to kind of spread those guys out a little bit so that they're not partying all in the same week. Same thing with the teal guy, you spread those out a little bit. Then we look at week 2 and the same thing happens. This yellow guy flips. So he joins our team and that party belongs to them. And then a blue person here flies. So we got 3 bookings and was successful here. Orange person didn't do their job, didn't show up to the game. So that party was a flop. And then this red party flies and we got 3 bookings. From these 2 weeks, we have now expounded our business by 3 additional fully booked weeks. So imagine in every party you could go in and grab at least a minimum of 3 parties from. This will help your business flourish instead of sinking. If you go and have all these parties and never get bookings, you're kind of confined to your friends and family. So this is why I show this document, because it really shows that digging into your parties, finding those friends that want to get some free stuff to help that host will help continue your business. But here on the right-hand side is our secret formula and why 4 parties really can give you the paycheck that you may want or desire for this side gig. So for example, if a party's average is $450, which is the company average, I believe, about right now, and you have 4 parties a week, if all 4 parties are successful, now we know that's not necessarily accurate, but if all 4 parties are successful, that's $1,800 in sales every week. Times 4 weeks, that's $7,200 in sales. And with a 25% commission rate, which is the higher rate because you get extra bonuses when you have higher sales each month, that's going to give you an $1,800 paycheck every single month for those 4 parties a week, no matter what. So down here, I went along with the 2 that pop. So I want to really show you that if we do have those hosts that don't show up, or we have cancellations, or we have all the crazy town that can happen from parties. So let's say that we do the 4 parties a week, but every week 2 doesn't happen. 1 cancels, 1 flops. So if you have 2 that pop every week, that's going to give you $3,600 in sales with a $900 paycheck average. Don't quote me on the exact things. I'm not a math person. That's Jennifer's job. She does great at math. So that's just my average, splitting things in half there. So I really wanted to paint that picture of what your paychecks could look like if you are consistent with what you've got going. Before we jump into the no's and what you do with reach outs and follow-ups, I wanted to talk to you because this time is the biggest selling season of the year. You guys have joined at the right time. You are going to be seeing that things are going to be growing because this is our holiday season. We're coming out with our brand new fall products that create a huge excitement. So one of the ways that you can get parties right now is what I'm calling the last chance first glance parties. And any party pretty much from now through the end of August can constitute, in my opinion, a last chance first glance. All it is these parties that we're going to have from August into September, they get to see all of the products that are leaving our inventory. So we have products that are going to be going bye-bye out of our catalog, and it's the last chance for customers to get them. And you'll be able to advertise those and talk about them and why they need to get them before they're gone. And they are while supplies last. And they'll be the ones to get that. But at the same time, September 1st, if that party is continued or kept open, they will be the first to see the brand new fall products. And it's an exclusive party. Everyone likes the FOMO. So it's exclusive. We only have limited spots for this to be able to show off the brand new products first. So that is what I'm doing reach outs for right now. That's what I'm talking about in my parties. That's what I'm talking about to past hosts or even friends and family that I'm reaching out to. Hey, don't you want to be the first to show off these new goodies for the fall? Now, something I offer to these parties is if customers buy in August, because that's going to help our August sales, if they buy in August from the products that are leaving, and then they see the new products and they're like, oh, I wish I'd waited to buy. Well, no, you didn't, because you would have missed out on the products that are leaving. If you make a second purchase with the new products that come out, you can do a couple of things. You can offer to pay shipping or half shipping. You can offer a free gift because they've made a second purchase, whatever you may want to show off or give them extra just for making that second purchase is completely up to you. You do have to open the order that same day that they place the order to make any adjustments. So make sure if you're offering a special that you catch the orders as they come in. So I don't know about you, but that's exciting alone because I love this time of year creating that excitement. But I wanted to just share a couple of fun, easy interaction posts. Let me see why this is not showing up. Give me 1 second. I hate when it does this. It lags. Maybe. Here we go. Yay, there we go. Okay, so we want to just tell you briefly, things you post matters. It can be fun, it can be engaging, interactions. You want to build conversations, you want to have fun with people, you want to get to know people and have chat with them, not just bug them or ask them about parties. So I like to post fun interactions like these two on the side, but I use them to my advantage to get bookings. So this helps you build those relationships. But so I am actually starting in my VIP group, posting one of these a week saying, hey, it's a giveaway time. Everyone who comments gets entered into a giveaway because it's helping to boost my interaction and my algorithms in my VIP page. But you can also post this on your personal wall where you have a lot of people already there, especially if you're brand new, you may not have a ton of people in your VIP. But let's say someone comments on the name your favorite snack. And let's say someone says cheese and crackers is their favorite snack. Something I would do is I would maybe respond on the comment with a fun GIF or a question. Oh my gosh, what's your favorite cheese on those crackers? Something to build a two-way conversation with them. But then I'm going to private message them. And I'm going to say something like, thank you for shouting out that your favorite snack is cheese and crackers on my fun post. I'm such a snacker, it may be my downfall. I do not know if you know that I'm a Pampered Chef consultant or not, but we have some amazing new products just being launched. I'm sharing them along with some great tips and tricks for charcuterie boards and great fall recipes that I would love to share with you and your friends. Notice I tied in charcuterie board with cheese and crackers. You can create whatever you want to say to their answer. And then I say, I would love to share with you and your friends. Plus, I would get to pamper you with some free kitchen goodies too. Would you like to have a fun, free online recipe with me? I have an opening for blank. If they commented, what did you have for breakfast? I would then say, thank you for sharing your breakfast with me. I love getting great ideas from others. I'm not a huge breakfast eater, but I'm trying to get better at it. Pampered Chef's giving me some great recipes and new products to make it easier for me as well. Are you a Pampered Chef fan? So not always do I go right into the ask. I kind of build that connection. And then I kind of chat back and forth and I would say, I'd love to hang out with you and your friends and give y'all some great recipes and tips and show off our new fall products that are being released. Would you like to score some free kitchen goodies and be the first to see them? I have an opening for blank. So that's just some examples how I use interaction posts to create bookings out of nowhere, just from people that are connecting. And then one last idea is playing games. We know that even in our parties, people love to play games. They love to interact. This is one I'm going to start using in my parties this fall. So I wanted to go ahead and share it with you guys. I stole it from someone else. These ideas are not mine, you guys. I didn't create anything new. But this is just a battleship picture where you create this picture. Maybe you put some X's in some spots. Maybe you have 4 spots that have to be sunk, and the last person that hits the 4th one that sinks the ship is the winner. Maybe they get a recipe book. Maybe they get a season's best, something small. But I'll post this and say, let's play. Once they make a guess, I'm going to comment with hit or miss, and then I'm going to private message them. Thank you for playing Battleship with me. I love to have fun with friends. Speaking of fun, I would love to hang out with you and your friends to show off the new fall line coming out, and everyone would grab some amazing fall recipes and tricks to help with the holiday budgets. Plus, you would get pampered by getting some free and discounted kitchen products. Want to throw some fun into your fall by having an online hangout, being the first to see the new goodies coming out? I have blank date or this date open. So kind of the same thing. It's all just worrying about, commenting what you're talking to them about. It's just tailoring it. So those are some fresh ideas. All of these I'm going to share on the DeNicholas and the Limitless page. So you don't have to worry about words. I'm going to share all of these pictures for you guys so that you have them, and I'll share the actual images separately. So now let's talk about how you're going to make this successful. How are you going to turn this into your business growing in the fall? So here is what I call my formula to success. 30 reach outs a day. I know that some of you have heard that, and it is true. 30 reach outs a day are enough reach outs to get through those crazy no's. Like we just said, we're all getting no's, but that's going to give you enough people, because we're going to have people that don't respond at all. And then we're going to have some people that say no, thank you, and all of that. But Jennifer, on last call, just as a refresher, she talked about it. She's just as busy as the rest of them, and she forgets to respond to people right away. Or we forget that Susie sent me a message and I might have forgot her name, so I couldn't find her later to respond back, especially if they don't know us that well. Or, just life gets crazy and they thought about it and they said, let me check my calendar. And then they never went and checked their calendar. So follow-ups. That takes us to follow-ups. If you're not following up to these people, you are missing out on half of your bookings. I promise you, my 30 reach outs, I don't tend to get bookings. It's the follow-ups, the second and the third reach outs that are going to really help us. And that's simple, you guys. I sent them the reach out. I sent them a message about Battleship and that did they want to have fun with me? 2 days later, I check my list as I track it, and I check my list and I'm like, Jennifer didn't respond to me. Hey, Jennifer, girl, I know life's busy. I don't know if you saw my message or not, but wanted to touch base because I'm so excited about these new products. What do you think? And then I'm gonna wait. And 2 more days later, if Jennifer still hasn't talked to me, I'm just gonna be like, Jennifer, girl, it's okay if life's busy and you just don't have time. Either way, let me know so I know that you and your family are doing well. It's super easy. We don't want it hard. We don't want it pressured. We don't want you to be the annoying salesperson. But guess what? It's okay to follow up. We are offering an amazing service, right? Why wouldn't they want some free goodies from us? And then I say, go for the no. And I want you to think of that as getting comfortable with the no, because just like people going through Starbucks, and if you're on my team, you hear me say this like every call. If you're ordering a coffee and they ask you, do you want a scone with that or a cake pop? And you say no, that person's not going inside crying. That person's not upset. That person knows they're offering you a service and it's okay to say no. So I want you to be okay with people saying no. And then mindset. Okay. We don't want you to get into being upset with those no's, because that can affect how we think. If we start thinking no one's booking a party with me or I can't get parties, our attitude and the way we respond to customers shows that. So we want to challenge our team. Us directors are doing it. So I'm actually throwing the challenge out to the team for everyone to look at purchasing this book over here called The Energy Bus from John Gordon. It's the easiest read. It's like kindergarten level read. It's a fable story. It's so much fun. Jennifer read it to her kiddo as a bedtime story. I read it to my husband the first time I read it. This is my 4th time reading it. It really inspires me to be positive. It really pours into me what I need to pour out to my customers and guests. And when I am positive, I promise you my business does better. So get this book. You can get it on Audible, whatever, for free even, but Amazon carries the hardback book and you can get it in just a day or 2. And then think about your vision. Think about what you want this fall season. Think about what successes or what rewards you're going after, what you want it to do for your family, and then put it all into action. Action solves everything. If you sit back and try to be perfect, and I have a problem with this, so I'll admit I'm one to blame. But if I sit and try to make everything perfect or look good or set up right or the party's just right, I'm never moving anywhere. So just get moving, put into place like 2 or 3 steps you learn from each call, and it will get, excuse me, get you in the right direction. So our minds believe what we tell ourselves. So I want you guys to all tell yourself this right now. So say it out loud, even though you're muted. I am a booking machine. I want you guys to say that out loud to yourself right now. I want somebody that's in there, your husband, your kids, to be like, what is wrong with her? Or what is wrong with him? So just say out loud, I am a booking machine. If you tell yourself that and you really believe it every day, you will start getting bookings. I promise you that. Okay, so real quick, just to show you, I added this in, Jennifer didn't even know. We would love for you to create a vision board. Vision creates momentum. If you know where you're going, you can find the steps to get there. But if you don't know where you're going, you're going to get lost. So make some type of a picture. If you're artsy and you want to do something on a Canva or like, computerish stuff, this one on the bottom right is one of my older ones I did on computer. The one on the left is one of my older ones that I just cut out pictures, magazines, printed it out, you guys. It's your dream board. It's what you want from life. It doesn't have to be all business. It can be personal. Like I'm still working on losing weight over here. So that's still on my board. I do have my car. I did get my Traverse. I don't have my house yet. That's getting to, some overhauling. So paint yourself a picture, a vision board, create that magic for yourself. All right, here. So our challenge for this week isn't the 5 bookings, but it's going for the no. We have a no tracker. We want you to go get 100 no's. So our job is to get those no's, to hear those no's, to celebrate those no's. So when you're doing your reach outs this week, we want you to go for the no's. Now, we don't want the no to be non-responses. We want it to actually be a no. But while you're tracking these no's, we want you to also put tally marks of the yeses that you will get through this journey. And then when you get 10 no's, we want you to reward yourself. Yep, we want you to reward yourself for hearing negative no's. Do something like read a book, take a hot bubble bath, go get some chocolate covered strawberries, or go for a walk, something you like doing. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but celebrate yourself for going for the no's. We're going to be overcoming objections with these no's, and we're going to be tracking progress. So we are doing something fun. So Jennifer DeNicholas on her organization page, and I know Limitless organization page is going to be doing this. We're going to have a post up tomorrow that says post your tracker. And each day, at the end of the day, we would love for you to take a picture of this tracker and tell us where you're at, or X off where you're at. How many no's have you gotten to? And then celebrate the yeses that you get in between. And by the end of next week, we're going to each do a giveaway. So that'll be just a fun challenge for us to continue asking. So think of the statement, some will, some won't, so what? Someone's waiting. And that's so true, you guys. Someone wants free Pampered Chef. I'm selling Pampered Chef. Jennifer's selling Pampered Chef. Angie's selling Pampered Chef. So it is out there. And how are we going to track that? How are you going to track who you're talking to? Well, I'm going to say something bad. This is called the FU tracker, okay? And no, that doesn't mean the bad word. It's called follow-up tracker, but we kind of make a joke. It's the FU tracker. So this is our reach out tracker. I will share this document in both organizations. You can track who you reach out to with names. Did they book the initial reach out? Following up, like I said, following up is key, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, and you can track where they came from, like if it was from a party or something like that. But guess what? In this tracker, it also tells you words to say. Hey girl, I know you're probably busy, so I wanted to check back on my last message. What do you think? 48 hours later, did I get lost in your messages? I thought I would have heard back from you by now, just checking in to see if we could have a fun, super easy online party. 72 hours, it's got words there also. So anyways, this is a fun way to keep track and to have the words in front of you that you may want to use. Obviously, tweak them to be you. We want you to be authentic and yourself. So the last 2 things I want to share with you before handing it back to Jennifer, because Jennifer is going to be diving into parties. She wants to show you some goody stuff inside the parties. But I wanted to tell you, when you get a no, it's not just a no. Sometimes we hear the word no and we say, okay, thank you. Have fun. Have a good day. Goodbye. We're like over it. Don't want to talk to you anymore. You're not good for us. So when you get a no, it's often not a no at all. Life's busy. Life's crazy. Sometimes when you reach out to someone and you ask them for a specific date for a booking, they just can't do it that day. But if you offered the next week, instead of taking no at first sight, they might book for that next week or that next month or something of that nature. So when someone might say they're busy or life's busy, which is one of our #1 objections. Oh, I totally understand life's so busy these days. The virtual party is designed for people just like you that are busy. And guess what? I don't even ask you to clean your house, but I would still love to hang out with you and your friends online. It takes just a couple of minutes a day on your end. What do you think? Want to give it a go? Or, okay, this week's really busy. What about next week? Or, okay, is next month a better timing for you? It truly just takes a few minutes a day, and I'd love to help you score some amazing kitchen goodies. Or if they say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. Okay, no worries. I know it's a busy time. Is that just not right now, or simply you're not interested in Pampered Chef at all? It is okay to ask those hard questions so that you don't annoy, offend, or keep bugging someone that really isn't interested. And they may then say, no, 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 just I can't right now. Maybe in the spring. I've had people say that. No, no, I love Pampered Chef. It's just I can't even think about a party anytime soon. Or they may say, I've tried before, but my parties never work out. So they have a fear of failure. Totally, I get that. Sometimes it's just the wrong timing. I have learned a great system for my parties and I would love to show it to you. If you follow my lead, you can have a successful party too. It's all fun, plus it's free to hang out with me. What do you think? You want to give it a try? So I tell them, don't worry about being successful. Let's just have some fun. I want to share some recipes, some tips, hang out with you. And then when I do get that hard no, or I get someone that says, I'm completely not interested, no way, no how will I ever host a party, ever, 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 I have a secret weapon. Because they have referrals. They have friends that may want Pampered Chef. Even if they don't, they may have people that want it. So when you get a no, ask them. Thank you for responding to me. I know you're not interested in having a party for me, but I wanted to ask if you could make a single post on your wall for me. It may help me get some parties booked from friends of yours who love Pampered Chef and would like some free products. Just for making this post and tagging me, I would offer you one of these gifts as a thank you. I'd give you the exact words and picture to post, so it'll take you less than a minute. What do you say? Now, sometimes I offer this gift and sometimes I just ask them to do it out of the kindness of their heart. So that's completely up to you. And then if they say yes, I have them post, hey friends, do any of you love Pampered Chef and would love to score some free products? Pick a number. And you can post any type of Pampered Chef picture that says who loves Pampered Chef, pick a number. And they post it and tag you. It's important that they tag you because you may or may not be friends, but ask them to friend request you so they can tag you. And then when friends comment numbers, you can comment on that post like a fun GIF or, hey, I'm sending you a message, or, message me and I'll give you a surprise, whatever it is. And you build that chat with their friends to then book a party. So you could private message, hey, Susie, congrats, you picked number 16. I usually give an e-cookbook, which is free for those of you that are new. We have e-cookbooks on our Pampered Chef site that are absolutely free to give as gifts. But if you would like to upgrade your gift to a free spring product or fall product, this is old message, when you book a virtual mealtime solution party or even a 15-minute express party with me, you can earn double. Oh, see, that's old. I copied. Earn double in June. Whatever the host rewards are, I do most of the work and you get the rewards. What do you think? I have an opening the week of blank. So I get referrals from people that did not, from friends of friends that way. So that is some of my key tips on having a solid, successful foundation for getting those bookings. Does anybody have any quick questions before Jennifer dives into parties with you?
All right, we're gonna get going. I know we're down to 20 minutes. I'm gonna get this thing done. All right, so we want to talk about parties and making a party successful. So I know there are some brand new consultants on here that still are trying to figure out like even how to set up a party. We have a video for that. So if you don't know how to set up a party yet, reach out to your recruiter, ask them for the video to help you do that. Okay. What I want to show you is kind of in the party, what can we do to make it successful?
Did you want me to talk at the end or now?
Julie. We were gonna have Julie chat. Yep. Oh, sorry, Leah. If you want to go ahead and introduce her real quick. I'm sorry. We were supposed to have her speak.
It's okay. Hey, everybody. So we've had Angie speak to you as a consultant. Julie is an advanced director on our Limitless organization. And we're just asking her to kind of share her brief story on how long ago she joined, what made her join, and what some of the success she has seen as a leader on our team.
Hey guys. I'm Julie. I am an advanced director. I started in September of 2022. So kind of the end of COVID. what my story is, I was working for a hospital for many, many years, and I decided to, during the chaos of COVID, let that job go. That was a really hard decision, but we were also becoming empty nesters. And so I just wanted something that I could do on more of a part-time basis, something that I could make some money, maybe still get that socializing. Um, a lot of what Angie said actually already. So I wanted something that was flexible. So we became empty nesters, and I wanted something that I could go camping and I can do, I can make money while I'm anywhere. If I want to go on vacation to the beach like I did in Punta Cana this past year, this past what spring, you can work from your vacations. You can work from camping. Um, and earning the free trip was one of the one of the amazing perks of it. But back to why I joined, basically I was just wanting some flexibility, a little extra income. Um, and my stepdaughter was getting married. I wanted to help, fund her wedding. And I did. So I think within 90 days I became a director. And then I fast tracked to advanced director. Um, really, I just saw that my friends and my family and everybody seemed to really love Pampered Chef. And I just ran with it. It's been so much fun. I've gotten to know so many people. I've made a lot of friends, like Angie said. Like, some of my Pampered Chef consultants and some customers are some of my closest friends now. It's really crazy. Um, but anyway, that was kind of how I got started, and I loved most everything about it. Um, what has it done for my family? It's just given me, like I said, the freedom to work from anywhere. Um, and it has a little bit kind of helped me get out of my comfort zone a little bit. Because normally I would never talk on a call because it just makes me have that anxiety, people staring at me. But it has helped me a lot. Um, and I mean, we travel a lot. We travel with hockey. My son plays college hockey, so it has really given us the freedom to go anywhere we want, and I can still earn that paycheck. So, I mean, it's just a very flexible thing. Why I stay with it, l- the flexibility, and the friendships, like Jennifer said. The friendships are amazing. Um, so yeah, I love it, and you will too. And we're a family, so any new people out there, like, we are all a family, so you have somebody to reach out to if you have any questions ever. There's somebody here that will help.
Thanks for sharing. Julie, you act like you don't like having eyes on you. Girl, you're so pretty. People eyes on you all the time.
Go on.
Oh gosh.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, I love hearing stories about how Pampered Chef makes other people feel good and how they fit it in their already, whatever their life looks like. So thanks for sharing, Julie. I really appreciate it. So now we're going to get into sharing a little bit about shows and how to make them successful. And so since we're running short on time, everything's been great, and I'm glad that we've covered everything, but we might do half of this today and then half of it next week too. So then you have something more to look forward to coming back next week. All right. Let's see. Let me screen share again. We're going to get into one of my parties, and I want to tell you about a couple things that really make your show successful. First of all, having an active host. Okay. And we're going to talk about working with your host and helping them be active more later. But now, if you were on Monday night's call last night, we talked about that there too. So you can reference back last night's call. One of the things I really try to work with my host on is inviting everyone. And when I say inviting everyone, I mean everybody that puts food in their mouth. I want them inviting them. Okay. So a member number is very, very, very important. And for those of you, and I know there's some of you that know about the inner workings of Facebook and where to find things, but there are many of you that don't. So those of you that know this, just bear with me. Maybe it's a good refresher. Okay. What I like to do is kind of do my research in my party. So when I invite my host, I kind of look through, well, honestly, I kind of look through her Facebook and see how many friends she has on Facebook. And that way I can utilize that to the benefit of our party. And so when I ask my host to invite everyone using the invite button, I mean, invite everybody. And so if she tells me that she invited everybody, and I looked at her Facebook profile and she has 800 friends, and I come in here to the members and I see she invited 373, I'm going to ask her, well, what happened to the other 400, 500 friends you have on Facebook? Because you only invited 379 of them. And I'm going to make it kind of, I do it kind of jokingly, and I kind of do it lighthearted. And I always tell them, invite everybody, because you will never know who it is that you invite that actually is going to join this party. Okay, it typically is going to be that person that you know from kindergarten, somehow ended up on your Facebook list. You hadn't seen them since kindergarten, but they're the one that joins the party, that buys $100 worth and books a party off of yours. Okay. So do not prejudge. And I always try to give them this analogy as well at a different time. I try not to give them everything at once, but I'll let them know, if you were having a birthday party and you only selected a handful of people to come and you didn't invite others, whose feelings would be hurt, right? And I know this isn't a birthday party with cake, but we sure are going to be having a whole lot of fun, and we'll teach them how to make cake, right? We'll teach them some fun stuff. So don't hurt anybody's feelings by not inviting them. So I really look at the invited number and I make sure that my host is inviting everyone. Now, I want you to be aware, she did invite a lot of people. 379 people is a lot of people. But Facebook is very finicky. Sometimes these people aren't seeing that notification. And that's important to let your host know. Because she's like, well, I invited 379 people and I only have 27 people in my party. Well, honestly, statistically, only about 10% of the people that you invite will join. That means one person out of 10 that she invites, one person is going to join the party. And this actually is a little bit lower statistics than that. So maybe this is like 1 in 12 is actually joining the party. And because people think, oh, if I invite them, they will come. Well, that's not always the case, because that doesn't mean they see that post. Okay. Or I'm sorry, that notification. And what happens when you invite somebody, it's just sending this little notification up here. I'm trying to move my screen around so you all can see it better. It sends this notification up here. You all, I have hundreds of notifications a day. Do you think that I'm scrolling through all these? No. No. Why? Because it would take me 24 hours to go through a day's worth of notification. And nobody has all that time. So I miss so many notifications. And if somebody invites me to a group, I don't see it. So I really try to encourage my host to look at this member number, like still go in and use this invite button. But what I want them to do is I send them a little video clip or pictures, and I show them how to click on this see all. And then now this is going to be their friends, and it's going to come up a little bit different, but then they'll be able to click on that and send a message. So I can give them a quick little message. Hey, I'm having a Pampered Chef party, blah, 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 copy and paste it from somewhere else. And I give it to them to copy and paste. So then they can paste it here. They can go into the next one. They can send them a message. They can paste it there, and they can quickly send some messages. Now, there also is this other, which is actually easier if they use the share button. So they click on share, they type or they copy that message that I give them. No, wait, we don't want to do that. Not this is if they want to share it on Facebook, on their Facebook wall. But if they want to send it to Messenger, which they do, then they can easily put in that preloaded message that I'm giving them, which will come up at some point. And then, okay, so they paste the message here, and then they can go through and they can click check, 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 and send. And they can send it to all these people. Why? Because these are their friends on Facebook, and Facebook will allow them to send messages. Where we're the consultant, it's going to be a little more finicky with people that we are not friends with, allowing us to send messages to them. Okay, so that's super important. A couple things when you're setting up a party, and I meant to speak on this just a minute ago. Go into your group settings and make sure that you scroll down to your right here, manage discussions. Make a little note on this because I have forgot it. I forgot it for a while. Maybe I'll do a screenshot and show you. Go into your manage discussions and make sure every single party group, you go in and you sort posts as new post. Okay, so it's going to show the most new post that you've done. It's going to post that at the top. I think it automatically is set to most relevant. Well, they may have already seen that post again. So make sure you set it to new post. And then you also want to change sort comments, because that is preset to top comments. So then it's only showing the top most popular comments. And we want them to see all. So make sure you change the sort comments to all comments. Okay. And then save those in every party that you set up. Okay. So getting your member number in there increased, and I really, try to work with my host to get that pushed up. I send them the party on Thursday, because I set my parties up on Thursday. I send that link, and I grab this link. I try not to ever use the invite button for my host, for two reasons. One, because it goes to a notification, and who knows when our host is going to see that, right? So what I do is I copy this link at the top. I copy that, right? Copy, and then I take it over to Messenger and I paste it in her Messenger. The second reason I do that is because she can easily access her party in case Facebook is not showing the party in her feed. Okay. So that way if she's like, I don't know where my party is, I can say, go in your Messenger, go look for it in your Messenger. So I always do that. And then I tell my host too, see how easy it was for you to find in your party, like your party in Messenger. Your guests are going to be able to access your party easier when you send that to them through Messenger when you invite them. Also make sure that your ordering link is easily seen. So I add this into my description, and I always put the ordering link first. So then when they're on their desktop, they always have access to the ordering link. It's right when you first come in. And the way you add it there is you go to your left-hand comments. You're going to go down to group settings, back where we were a minute ago. And then you're going to click on name and description. And then that's where you can put in your ordering link. Now, another suggestion, it throws a different notification and more people see it if you change the name of the party a couple times a week. So you start off with whatever Pampered Chef party you want to name it. And then maybe you want to do a Monday, Madness Monday, extra giveaway. Then you can change that name of the party, and it throws a special notification. So everyone that was invited to that party then sees it. Okay. And so I try to change that up several times a week. I'll do like a Manic Monday or Made It to Monday or Then I'll do it Win It Wednesday, and I'll do an extra drawing when we get 5 orders in on Wednesday, and then I'll do a Fun Friday or something like that. Anything, just changing that notification, that name, to throw a different notification. And then also changing the banner is another important thing. I change that every day. And whatever you feel like is relevant. So I do the tune in to Pampered Chef Live Tuesdays. And so that's there. And I also do a post in the party that tells them how to get into the live video, the live and cooking demo. And also, I do different banners every single day. I'll do, I can't remember. I do like the recruiting special on Thursday. I'll have to send those to you. I'll put those in a document so you all can see the different ones that I change every day. And then I definitely like it. My parties typically, they go Friday to Friday. So I get my host invited on Thursday, and then I get them inviting people on Thursday. I ask them to use the invite button and invite everybody that eats. But then I'll say send 25 messages to people on Thursday, private messages to people on Thursday, 25 private messages to people on Friday, and then the same thing on Saturday and Sunday. So we are building that community, that higher member number. And then we're like really getting the party rocking and rolling on Monday. That's the meat and the potatoes with the videos and the product post and the booking post and recruiting post, and all of that stuff's going in through the week. And then Friday is the original deadline, but I always extend it through Saturday and always Sunday as well too, because people get so busy during the week. And so that's an excuse for our host to message the people on Friday, hey, it's the last day to order, make sure you order. But then there's a lot of hosts that are tired, or they're going out to eat after work, or they've just had a rough week, whatever. So then maybe they didn't do that. So Saturday, surprise, we're going to extend your party through today. Here, send your messages. Final call on Saturday. And then Sunday, I'll tell my host, oh, I'm hearing from several of you that you still had 1 or 2 people that wanted to order, or you're close to the next goal. And so then we push it into Sunday as well. So that gives them actually 2 weekends to place their orders. Okay, so I know we covered a lot of stuff on this call, and I have a lot more that I want to share with you about making your show successful and beating those Facebook algorithms. So we're going to share those next week on our next week's call. So for this week, our challenge for you is to fill up your Go for No tracker and to post it every day. Okay. Now, you all think this is going to be easy because you think, oh, I hear no's all the time. But you actually don't hear as many no, not evers than you think you do. And I will tell you this, a non-response to a message is not a no. It is not a no till somebody tells you, no way, get lost. Okay? A no, not ever. And then I'm like, friend, let me find somebody else and say, maybe let's talk about it. Right? You all, there's so many times that you can turn a no into a yes. And I can bet that many of you on this call were a no for a long time until you turn to a yes. Anybody here? Or a no for a long time until you turn to a yes. And sometimes it's just not the right time. So Leah was talking about when you go to Starbucks and they ask you, would you like a scone with that? No, thank you. Why? Because I just ate. I'm not hungry. I just want something to drink, right? But that doesn't mean next time I drive through there that I don't want a scone. Because I might very well. And do you know what? That barista or whoever's taking my order is not shying like, oh my gosh, I had some last time if they wanted a scone, so I'm not going to ask them again because they're going to tell me no, and then I'm going to cry, and then I'm going to be upset, so I'm not going to ask them again. And Leah might be driving through the drive-thru really wanting a scone, but you didn't ask her, so she thought it wasn't an option. I'm just saying, it is the truth. So be it. All right, my friends. So proud of you all. let's rock it out. Listen, y'all continue on getting your bookings. We want to fill our calendar and get those shows booked, because if you don't have bookings on your calendar, you have no business. All right. And we want you in our business, on our team for a long, 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 long time. All right, my friends, we're going to put a little Google document together. It's going to have the things that we shared with you. It'll have, I'll go ahead and put some banners in there that I use. Leah will share some of her things that she showed. And then we'll get that out to you. So just give us a little bit of time. I'm about to go to bed. I had a long day, so I will work on that and get that to you tomorrow. So you all have a blessed night, and I will see you all soon.
I have shared most of my stuff already, but I will help put it in a document if I need to, but I just posted while Jennifer was chatting. So my information is up for you guys.
Leah's on it. All right, my friends, y'all have a good night.
Thank
Thank you.
Night.